Today, we're going to talk about how to break the habit of procrastination. For many people, procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles in life, preventing them from reaching their full potential. So many of us say things like, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I still have time," putting off the things we know we should be doing. But why does procrastination happen? Is it just a habit that needs to be fixed, or is it the result of deeper issues within us? Procrastination often arises from psychological barriers, such as fear, uncertainty, and anxiety. However, it's possible to overcome these barriers, and in doing so, we can break the cycle of procrastination. To do that, we first need to understand the deeper roots of this behavior. This is where the insights of famous psychologist and philosopher William James come into play. William James believed that our minds have the power to shape our actions. Procrastination, according to him, is not just an external issue but an internal habit that we form in our minds. When we understand that procrastination stems from internal factors, our fears, doubts, and uncertainties, we gain the first key to overcoming it. William James argued that breaking free from procrastination requires us to confront these mental barriers head-on. By doing so, we can start to act despite the fears that typically hold us back. It's not enough to simply wish we could stop procrastinating. We must choose to take action in the face of fear and uncertainty. The most important step in overcoming procrastination is to act immediately. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start a task. They think, "I'll do it when I'm in the right mood," or "it's not the right time yet." But the truth is, if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, it may never come. Waiting for things to feel just right is often the same as never starting at all. William James believed that we have the power to decide and to act in the present moment. Action, even in small steps, helps push us forward. The key is to start now, not later. Another effective way to break the procrastination habit is by breaking tasks into smaller, manageable pieces. When people look at a big project, they often feel overwhelmed and don't know where to begin. But if that big task is broken down into smaller, more approachable steps, it becomes much easier to tackle. William James understood that the act of breaking down tasks into smaller parts makes them feel less intimidating and more achievable. Whether it's writing a report, completing a presentation, or even cleaning the house, starting with one small part of the task makes the whole process seem much more manageable. Each small win gives us the motivation to continue, making the next step easier. For many people, procrastination is not just about avoiding work but also about a lack of self-confidence. Sometimes, people procrastinate because they don't believe they're capable of completing a task. However, the way to break this cycle is simple: take action. When we complete a task, no matter how small, it boosts our self-esteem and gives us the courage to move forward. The more we act, the more confident we become, and the easier it is to tackle bigger challenges. As William James said, action is the antidote to fear. Every time we push ourselves to take action, we become stronger. Getting support from others can also be crucial in overcoming procrastination. Having someone to hold you accountable can make a big difference. When you share your goals with others, it creates a sense of responsibility. For some, this accountability is what drives them to take action. Whether it's a friend, a colleague, or a family member, having someone to support you can be the nudge you need to stop procrastinating and start working. Procrastination is a mental habit, and it's often rooted in fear and anxiety. By acknowledging these fears and confronting them, you can start to break free from procrastination. When you do this, you're not only overcoming a bad habit, you're freeing yourself from the mental barriers that hold you back. As William James emphasized, once you decide to act, your mind becomes your greatest ally in overcoming any obstacle. Procrastination no longer has a hold on you. In the end, overcoming procrastination is a journey. It won't happen overnight, but with each step you take, you'll get closer to breaking free from its grip. The key is to act consistently and to break tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps. The more you do this, the easier it will become to take action when needed, and the more confidence you'll gain along the way. As you continue on this path, you'll see that procrastination is not a permanent part of your life but something you can conquer with the right mindset. Remember, procrastination is not just about avoiding tasks. It's about confronting the fears and uncertainties that hold you back. By acknowledging these fears and taking action, you'll be well on your way to living a more productive, confident, and fulfilling life. As William James noted, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. The truth behind this statement is simple. When you change your attitude toward procrastination and take control of your actions, your life begins to change in ways you may have never imagined. One powerful way to combat procrastination is to recognize when it happens. Many of us aren't aware of the patterns that trigger our procrastination. We may delay tasks when we feel overwhelmed or when we're uncertain about how to proceed. Recognizing these moments is crucial, as it allows us to intervene before we fall back into the cycle of delay. William James suggested that self-awareness is a powerful tool in overcoming any mental obstacle. By paying attention to our thoughts and actions, we can catch ourselves before we slip into procrastination and make the conscious decision to act. Moreover, procrastination often thrives in environments that aren't conducive to focus. If your workspace is cluttered or full of distractions, procrastination becomes an even bigger challenge. Organizing your environment can help you tackle tasks more efficiently and reduce the temptation to put things off. William James also highlighted the importance of external factors in influencing our behavior. By creating an environment that supports our goals and minimizes distractions, we give ourselves a better chance at success. It's also important to practice patience with yourself during this process. Breaking the habit of procrastination doesn't happen overnight. There will be days when you feel tempted to procrastinate, and that's okay. The key is to keep going even when it's difficult. Each time you make the choice to act instead of procrastinate, you're strengthening your willpower. William James reminded us that nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. By finishing what we start, we release ourselves from the burden of unfinished business and create space for more growth. Ultimately, procrastination is not something that defines you. It is a challenge, a habit, and a mental barrier that can be overcome. With each step you take toward conquering procrastination, you build the momentum needed for lasting change. Remember the words of William James: "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another." In the same way, overcoming procrastination is about choosing action over inaction and committing to making progress, no matter how small. Now, I encourage you to take a moment and reflect on what you've learned today. What is the first task you're going to tackle right now? And more importantly, how are you going to take action immediately to stop procrastinating? Remember, the most powerful tool you have is the ability to make a decision and act upon it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.